This is video 24, just something I've learnt about parenting. I think it's really important as a parent to try and be a friend to your child or your children, and part of that means trying very hard to see things from their point of view, particularly when they're behaving in a way that's causing trouble or a negative way. All human behaviour really comes from three things. It comes from our habits, it comes from our kind of worldview, or you could say our core beliefs, what we think will happen in different situations. And thirdly, it comes from our mental state at that time. So we need to consider all these three things for the child in any situation, really. What do they believe that is causing the behaviour? So particularly cause and effect. What habits have we set up in them, or have they set up in themselves, or has the world set up in them? And what's their state at that time, and how can we change the state, and particularly how can we prevent children getting into a bad state? It's ridiculous that you hear parents say things like, "Oh, let the child cry it out," and stuff. That just gets them into a worse and worse state. And often when children are in a really irritated or upset state, or a very frightened state, it can be very difficult to overcome. So it's important to intervene early. Core beliefs obviously have to change over time, but one of the things is whenever there's any kind of incident, we can talk to the child afterwards. Why did that happen? Why do you think this happened? If you had done this other thing, what would have happened? We often underestimate, particularly with very young children, how much they can understand in an explanation. Children are very smart and they can understand a lot, and we can help set up some more useful core beliefs. And we need to look at habits as well, especially when an incident is just starting. What are the habits that cause the problem? Because usually there's some kind of stimulus and then a habit reaction steps in and something bad happens. So how can we change that? So that's not exactly a massive insight into parenting, but it's something that I found useful and that I really try to do. If you have a partner, you obviously have to get them on board as well, because they have behaviour influenced by core beliefs and habits and their mental state that can be making things worse as well. So you need to work together, and then you'll get much better, more positive behaviour from the children, really. It's another good reason why it's very good to get your children writing it, some kind of daily journal or diary, so they can sort of analyse some things that happened, not sort of drag them up and get upset about them, but just think what they could do better next time. The next time when something is happening, you can remind them that this is what we did last time and it worked, or this is what we did last time and it didn't work. Obviously I'm a big believer in spending as much time as humanly possible with your children, particularly reading to them is important, but also have a lot of time when you don't do anything at all with them. You just hang out and they do whatever they want, Lego or playing around. That's really important, and it's one reason why, if at all possible, I think you should choose homeschooling over any and all other options, even if you have to reconfigure your life quite a lot to be able to do that. Homeschooling is just obvious when you start. It's just obvious that this is the way we should be living. It's such a strange and broken idea that you'd send your child into what is essentially a pretty hostile and unnatural environment, to be with a group of people who are like all the same age, and that's all a bit weird. Homeschooling is so simple. I'll probably do a whole video on it later. Okay, but thanks for watching. If you found this useful, please share it. Please write a comment. That makes it. I do read all the comments. I try to reply to them all as well, and it makes a big difference to me. And please, I'm fighting terminal cancer, so please go to my cancer fund page and make a donation if you can. That is www.matthewdons.org. So it's MATTHEW, D for Delta, O for Oscar, N for November, S for Sierra.org. Thank you ever so much for your support.